Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Mehraei, and today I'm going to show you how you can deal with class activity number 1 of CNG 100. First thing first, please download activity number 1 zip file from AutoClass. We already provided this file for you on the assignment link, and then extract it. Now we are ready to do the task. First task is about opening the file, this file from the zip file. We already extracted it, and then save it with a new name to the new address. To do that, we should use Save As. Save As is located on your File tab. We already mentioned it in the lecture. Please, if you don't know it, please go through the slideshows of the lecture. And save it with your student ID. So the name of your file will be your student ID, and save it in your home directory, or as British people say, home directory. Why we need home directory? The reason is that we need to have a folder on our computer as a target folder, so whenever we want to save our file, we can save it there. It will be very useful. Later you will see when we talk about master document, such folders could be very useful. And also sometimes students forget that where they save their files, and to have a home directory would be very useful. So usually save it on your desktop because it's the shortcut for you. Anyway, you can reach your files as soon as possible. So the next one, change the font from this format to this format. How can we know about the name of these formats and where are they? Go to Home, so go to the Home tab, and you see the name of all fonts are here. So the one that we are looking for, let's go, they are alphabetically organized. So it starts with C-A-N. So let's find it. There it is. You see, this one I changed. But now we should apply it to all the text inside this file. So you have a separate file, you have already opened it, and now we want to change everything there. You don't apply the changes here in the main text, but in the file. So I already copy pasted here, but for you, this is a new file anyway. In order to do that, select all. So select all your text and change it to the new font. So what was it? Kendar. Yeah. Now let's go to the next task. Change the font size to 18. Here we don't specify which paragraph, just apply it to everything in your file. How to change the font size? So first select all of your text. You can use Control A as well in order to do that. So when you select everything, then click on this part. Again, this is the Home tab. Then Font subsegment. So choose 18. So we click on this pointer there and select 18. And you can also change it by using these two items here. You see? It decreases the size. This one increases. Or just specify from here, which is also easy. All right, next one. We want to make the first paragraph uppercase and italic. Let's see how we can do that. So we are talking about the first paragraph. So again, from the font subsegment, choose this one, italic. So practice with all of them to see each one of them, what they are doing. We are just giving you examples, but you can practice with all of them. And what else? We wanted to make them uppercase. In order to do that, click on this one. Sometimes the students just can't distinguish between these two items and this one. But this one is related to uppercase, and these two are related to increasing and decreasing the size of your font. So you can choose uppercase from here in order to uppercase all the paragraph. Yeah. So next one. Make the first paragraph justified and second one centered. All right, how to do that? In order to do that, go to the paragraph segment, not inside the font, but paragraph. All of them are inside the home tab. So in order to justify the first paragraph, select it and click on this one. You see, there are different types of it, and I just chose the first one. It looks organized, right? Comparing to this one, if you can look at this one, it's like you put a line here, so everything is much more organized. Most of the articles in the journals, they use the same format as well. Now, if you want to center it, the second paragraph, select it and click on this one inside the paragraph segment. You see, everything is centered. Usually we use it for titles. Okay, so next one. Change the line spacing to 1.5. This one is pretty useful. So we are talking about the space between the lines. We didn't specify any paragraph, right? If that's the case, we should apply to everything. Yes. We didn't specify any paragraph. Also for the next one, which is to add a space before each paragraph. I show both of them to you now. So select everything on your file. All right. So in order to deal with that, click on this item. So paragraph segment, click on this one. There are also some other ways that you can do it, but this one is easy because it contains almost everything you need to apply for your paragraph and line. So for line spacing, you can deal with it here. Click on this one, this arrow, and choose 1.5. So it will be a space between lines, you see. And if I want to apply the same thing for paragraphs, let me again select everything. For you, it's easy because you can use Control A and click here again. And now here you can identify the spacing between your paragraphs. You can apply it before the paragraph or after it. It means that the first paragraph, we don't touch it, for example, if I use after. And from the next paragraph, you can choose, for example, space 12-point space here. So let me show you here. You see there are more space now between paragraphs. So automatically it happens. There are bigger space between paragraphs. And you can shrink it or again increase it as much as you like. Okay, next one. We want to use headings. This one is important, especially for making the table of contents. Later we talk about it. So we have some titles, we have some headings, and let's see how we can make them as heading. So this one, instead of Josh, we can use also Sour, doesn't matter. Here, header 1, heading 1, you can choose it from here. So heading 1 is here. Again, inside your home tab, right? Just select it and click on heading 1. Next one, early life. We want to make all of them heading 1 or not? Let's take a look again. No, just Josh, we make it as heading 1, and early life and other titles, we want to make them as heading 2. Okay, so let them Let's make them as heading 2. You see, comparing these two together, this one has a smaller font. And the reason is that this one could be considered as a subsection of this one maybe. So other titles, we will do the same. Heading 2. Again, select the next one and make it as heading 2. And these are the information related to the table. If you have more title, please include all of them. So let's get back to the next one. Use multi-level list to give numbers to the headings. This one could be very useful. As soon as you define all of the headings, now go to this one. This one is called multi-level list. So click on it. You have some options. You see, you can specify them as numbers. You can define them in other formats. Here, for example, we said give numbers. Okay, so we can give them numbers like this. Click on this one. But before that, remember to select your file, your text as well, so that we will apply all the headings and everything to this one. Okay, so select the numbers, and let's see. Here we have a section like this. Good. Now you can obviously modify them if you don't like the numbering format. Everything you can organize it from here. If it doesn't make sense to you, again, play with these ones, and you can even use the saved ones here that you use for here as well. Okay, let's go to task D. Insert header to your document. In the header, write your name, surname, student ID, and department. How to define header in your document? One easy way is just to click on the top of your page. Just double click here and you can write your header here. Or there's another format. Let me also show you the other one. Go to the Insert tab. So click on Insert tab here. And we can now add header, footer, and page number here. For example, page number. You can even select you want to add it in the middle or in the bottom of the page. Everything can be specified here. For example, if you want bottom of page and exactly in the middle, so you can select this one and just you can edit the page numbers from here. You see? So everything header, footer, and page numbers can be dealt with using the Insert tab inside your document. So please exactly apply these things that we mentioned here. I already told you how to do that. You can just start typing there and that would be easy. All right, next one, converting the text under film title. How to convert a text into a table. Now, let's check the text that we want to convert to table. There it is. So select the information that you have here under the table, and we want to convert it to, this is just a text now, right? But we want to convert it to a table. In order to do that, you already selected it, and you can click on, again, Insert, and choose Table. Now here you have an option, Convert Text to Table. When you click on it, you can even specify how many columns you want. Sometimes automatically it says 15 number of rows you have, so it should be fixed. And then you can select this one and it will be done. Let me roll it down because here I cannot see that. So table, convert text to table. Unfortunately, this tab doesn't let me choose it, but you already choose this one and it will be happen. Let me hide this one. Okay, now I see it. Okay, and it's already converted to the table. Now next one. So task E. By the way, we need to deal with the second part. We already dealt with first part. So select a style for your table. How to select a style for a table? We already converted the text into a table. Just again select your table. To choose the style, first of all, you can see as soon as you select it, there are plenty of things that you can apply, like border style and so on. You can also right click, and again you have different options that you can apply to change the style of your table as well. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We already dealt with part E, so F, insert picture to your document. You already have this picture in your zip file. So how to bring these two picture inside the file? In order to do that, we should use insert tab again, and instead of table now, you should use picture. So by selecting these two, first select picture and insert this one in the place that you want. For example, if I want to bring it here, then I click here, for example, then I insert it right there. In your text is different, right? This is just instructions. You don't have it in your original file. You should insert everything inside this one. Okay. Now assume that you inserted those two pictures in your document. Now define a picture style the way that we define it here. Now let me apply it to the picture that I have already here. So to do that, right click on this one and you see style. Click on this. So again, right click on this one and style. Then you can choose among your options, you see. So we already specify which one we want. Exactly use these two for practice. All right, so next one. Most probably we want you to add a caption there. Add a caption, yeah. Add captions to these pictures. So we also can type exactly what we want as our caption. In order to do that, just right click and insert caption. That's so easy, right? Then you can type and that's it. If it has something extra like figure or something like that, it's okay. You can leave it like that and add the name to it, like this one to one file and this one to the other picture. Okay, next one, adding table of contents. This one is very important for making your documents. As soon as you define all the headings, the rest will be very easy. Now, since I have other text inside this document, it might be a little complicated, but anyway, let me show you here. You already have this text here, and this is your beginning of your document, right? So wherever you want to create your table of contents, just click before it. Like for example, if you want the table of content to be before all of your text, which is usually the case, then exactly click on that part, and then let's see how we can do it. Go to the reference tab, so references and table of contents. You see, it's very easy. And these are different formats that you can use. You can practice with all of them. You can customize them. And to see how it's done, for example, I select this one and you see it's already mentioned there. Why I didn't see anything from the previous parts? it wasn't because of I selected the text before, it was because I didn't selected any heading before it. This one, I said this is heading 1. Heading 1 started from here, and table of contents understood that this is the case. So it's very easy. You see. It's just the matter of defining headings. If you define them correctly, number everything correctly, then it will be fine. You see, you can see also your page numbers and everything here as well. Okay, next one, bibliography. To do that, go to the References tab again and insert a citation. This one is very useful, especially when you want to cite someone else's work. We mentioned in the lecture why this is important to cite other people's work. It's not possible just to copy paste from other places and put it inside your document. Even if you paraphrase it, again, you should use citation to avoid any misunderstanding and plagiarism. So in order to do that, we select references and we can insert our citation here. So here exactly enter the data that we mentioned in this picture. But let me give you another also example so that you see how it's done. We can mention what's the type of this article or book that we are mentioning as our citation. So I want to cite, for example, a journal article. What's the author of the article? Let's say, for example, Martinez. The title of this journal article is, for example, let's say mood components. What's the journal name? For example, let's say Journal of Psychology. What's the year of the publication for this journal article? For example, 2019. And you can mention about the pages and so on. So many pages for this journal article. Usually it's not that much. Let's say, okay, to be realistic, just 5 pages or 6 pages. Okay, and this is the tag part that you can use it later. That whenever you use this one, I mean the whole thing here that I mentioned. And based on the style that you define here, for example, is it APA, is it other styles, then it will be mentioned differently in your text. So we already inserted a new citation, and now let's see how we can make this happen as the title for citation and bibliography in order to insert in our references in our document. In order to do that, click on bibliography here, again inside this citations and bibliography. And by clicking on any of them, you can define, for example, references, bibliography, and so on. See, it's also nice that we usually click the part that we want to insert, but usually for this part, it's smart enough to understand it that references should come at the end anyway. So whatever you already define as your citation will be appear here. For example, I now currently define this one, so you can see it inside the references and so on. And sometimes you want to cite inside the text, like instead of this one, you can click on insert citation. You already created Martinez, right? Just click on Martinez to see what happens. You see? And this is APA style. That's why it appeared like this. Good. So let's go to the next one. Do we have any task left? All right, the last one is easy. Saving your changes and uploading the file to AutoClass. So save all of your changes just by clicking on this item. It will be saved. The name of the file should be your student ID. You already saved it in your home directory, so you won't lose the file. If you didn't do that, this is the time to use File tab, Save As, and save it in the home directory now. And then upload it to AutoClass. It's pretty easy. If you have any problem with uploading or something like that, please let us know. And don't compress your file. Later you will have so many files, you want to make a zip file out of it. But now you have just a single Word file. Just upload that one. You don't need to compress anything. Okay, guys, I hope this activity number 1 was useful for you, and also this video. And if you have any problem, don't forget to send us email and ask us in the online session. See you guys.